in Minnesota. They've gone through various versions of their team. They had Wiggins, they had Levine, they had Cat. They tried that. They had Wiggins, they had Conley, they had D'Lo, and they couldn't go. And now you got the Ant-Man and the Goof. The Ant-Man and the Goof.
The Goof. Who's the Goof? Who's the
Audience,
Goof,
I'm going to tell you right now.
Look at us directly in the camera.
This is a Rudy Gobert hate podcast.
No.
We have a Rudy Gobert hate.
Nah. That man's a defensive juggernaut.
Let me say this.
That's
Every
crazy.
team Rudy Gobert is on is always number one in the West. Every time.
When?
The Bucks need to learn from this season, last season with the Utah, not last season, I'm sorry. His last season with the Utah Jazz.
The Utah Jazz have never been number one in the West. The Utah Jazz have never been number one in the West.
You can look it up right now. I believe it was 20.
Number one seed or number one defense? You mean for some point of the year,
they ended the season as a number one seed and then they immediately got swept.
Am I laced?
Do y'all remember that?
I don't remember that. I know they always had a high seed though. They always had a high seed. I think
it was the 2019-2020 season. Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, but anyway, Timberwolves number one right now.
Oh wow, they were.
I'm saying it's surprising. People don't believe me when I say
2021.
That's what it was. Okay, that's what it was.
It was the 20. Oh, that year don't count. Down. That year does not count.
What's going on? Why are we watching the Timberwolves? I don't want to see the Timberwolves
because they're the number one seed in the West. They finally have figured out a combination of stars that work. Do we think they're a real contender?
No.
What is a real contender?
The Nuggets are a real contender. The Celtics are a real contender. The Bucks are a real contender.
A real contender means you have a chance to win the chip. I think like a legitimate chance to win the chip. Like you could compete with the other top teams in the West, or like the other top teams in your conference, and you're a viable option to get to the finals. I think that's what a contender is to me.
I think contender means that you're built with enough talent and skill that teams cannot easily defend you in the playoffs, making you a real threat. And also your stars are mature enough and cohesive enough to make a run. Because I think there's a ton of teams that are talented enough that could make a run. Like OKC could make a run. Think about the Hawks in 22 making the run to the conference finals. Like there's a ton of teams that can make a run. I think contender means that you make a run, and when you reach adversity, you're built to overcome it. And someone's gonna have to actually beat you. They're not just gonna out-talent you. They have to defeat you.
Look, I think from talent-wise, this team is great. They have a lot of pieces that are put together, and they're coming together right now. But there's a thing that happens with playoff basketball and experience where maybe next year, but I don't personally see this team. I'll give them second round. That's fine. They're not going to the finals. And if they do, I would love to see what happens. I really would, because they have to figure out. To this day, I don't know, if Gobert can take Jokic.
He can't. He can.
I need to find, because right now,
Nuggets
are playing. They're going back to the finals.
But see, I'm not. Go ahead.
I don't think it's close. I still think they're the best team in the West right now. I think they're the best run. I think the only thing that's going to hurt them right now is Aaron Gordon is out. But once he gets back, he's complete, equipped, and ready to go back to the finals. That's the competition right now.
You see, my thing is this, right? Sometimes it's about matchups, and I think I've been thinking about this. The Timberwolves might be the best matchup.
I was going to say the same thing
for the Nuggets.
I was going to say the same thing, Paul. Me and Paul right here. I was going to say the same thing.
Man, Coach Allen, listen, man. They might think about it, right? If Rudy Gobert can't hold Jokic,
you don't need him to.
Karl Anthony Towns.
I disagree. I don't know if either of them can do it.
Now, I'm not saying they can, but I'm saying if you look at everybody in the NBA, they have two guys who have a decent chance of making Jokic work. Like Jokic did not work in the fight. The reason that Jokic doesn't care much about that finals from last year is because he didn't have to work for it. He didn't have to work for it. Like, it was so easy for him. He'll get the ball, shoot. The reason he was hitting all them fadeaways, one leg dirt fadeaway.
His band is like in his chest. He can't get a hand up here.
You can't get a hand up. And then if you can get a hand up, you're too small for him. You see what I'm saying? Like, he has a post game. He could do a lot of different things, but he didn't have to do any of that.
That's a fact.
But now, when you play against Rudy Gobert, he's probably going to get abused, but at least he's going to have to work. You see what I'm saying?
You got to play the work.
Karl Anthony Towns is a center, honestly.
I honestly wonder.
But real quick, on top of everything else that Paul is saying, the biggest thing for the Nuggets is like they have a bunch of wings that Jokic likes to like pass to. That's his bag. He likes to obviously pass to. He likes to have his wings like do all like get the buckets. Minnesota probably has like the best like defensive lineups like against that specifically. Like as long as they like lock up the wings, like Jokic could go out there and get whatever he wants. That's not how the Nuggets like win their games. Once like Jokic is like out there facilitating and like running everything, that's how they really won the chip last year. And I really feel like Minnesota is the best team made up to like protect against that. So even if Gobert gets abused out there, the wings will lock up all the other players out there, and this is the best matchup against them. So
there's only one other team with comparable wing depth in the league. Do y'all know which team that is?
Raptors?
No, that relevant team.
Wing depth, 76ers.
Lakers.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Lakers.
Yeah,
but AD's your center, so he's gonna get a. He's gonna get a.
Not the way he moving this year. Not the way he moving this year.
I'm not gonna lie.
I can't wait to play the Nuggets.
I'm not gonna lie. AD's impressed me this year. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
the other thing I wanted to say about the Timberwolves, the problem with having two bigs to be able to rotate on the Nuggets, and this is why the Nuggets are constructed so well. They're constructed almost more classically. But like 2000s, like 2010s classic, not the 2020s super small, the 2010s classic build where you have a forward who is the right height but is mobile, and that's Aaron Gordon. Because if Cat is guarding Jokic, Gobert has to play Aaron Gordon. I don't think Rudy Gobert can guard Aaron Gordon.
He can't. And for the record, can I just go back to one thing? Because I wanted to look up the stats. I was interested. In the last 10 games that Jokic and Gobert have been stacked up against, these are how many points that Jokic has dropped. 25, 20, 24, 25, 24, 24, 47, 35, 30, 30, 28.
Cook.
Gobert's not doing anything to
Cook.
But nobody's going to hold like Jokic. You just got to make him work for it. That's it.
Exactly.
No one can hold him.
I don't think
you give the Timberwolves a shot to beat the Nuggets. You think Anthony Edwards is not going to put up a good?
That's Michael Jordan's son. Of course he is.
That was my question. Is he ready? That because when I thought about contenders, I say your stars are mature enough and cohesive enough to lead through adversity. Anthony Edwards is very young still.
He's very immature.
Do you think he's ready to be the best player on a championship team?
I think he wants to be. I think
he is.
He wants to be, but is he ready?
I don't know if Karl Anthony Towns is ready to help him.
Karl Anthony Towns is
and it should be backwards.
It should be.
But Karl Anthony Towns ready to be like man, that's crazy.
You said, say that again?
You don't think he's ready to be like a second man? Like,
I don't know, man.
I understand you want
the first thing what's his name? First thing Karl Anthony Towns needs to do is pick which voice he's gonna stick with. And then after he does that,
that's hate.
He needs to settle down. He needs to settle down and figure out how to be a great number two. Because here's the thing. He doesn't
I think he's doing that now.
Huh?
I think he's finally doing that.
In the regular season, the real test comes in the playoffs.
You can say the same for Ant, though.
Yeah.
We got a taste of it last year, but now, like, there's even
what Paul Pierce say?
Another year of scouting.
Wait, what you say?
You remember what Paul Pierce said? I don't want a taste of it.
Oh, no.
You
skip it over.
That's what that man wanted.
I don't remember that at all. But
I remember he called game. That's what I remember. He called game.
I called game.
But yeah, I mean, they gave the Nuggets a great first round test. But is Ant ready to? Can Ant dissect the defense?
Dissect the defense, as in like make the right read.
When he goes up against a real contender that has crafted a whole defensive scheme for him, can he not only still get his off, but execute in a way that the team is efficient and effective?
I haven't seen it.
Do we see Ant as that level of player yet? Is he a top 5 player? Is he? How do you win it?
It's tough because I've seen.
Can you win a championship without a top 5 player on your roster?
No.
Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, I was gonna say if the rest of the team is good enough, you can. If the rest
that
of
was 20 years ago.
Also the Dallas Mavericks against Miami Heat.
Dirk was a top 7 player in the NBA for sure.
Yeah, but he's not top 5, and that's the definition we're using.
He rose his level to top 5. In those playoffs, you couldn't tell me he wasn't a top 5 player in the playoffs.
No,
was Paul Pierce,
Kobe, LeBron, D Wade.
D Wade was D Wade. It was Dirk. Dirk was right there. Dirk, KD.
2011, KD.
Wait, Paul asked a good one. Paul Pierce, was he top 5 when they won the chip? But that was 2000.
In the playoffs. In the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay. All right. If you limited it to the playoffs, then it depends on what.
Right. Yeah.
He was a top 5 player in those playoffs.
I think there are about 15 to 20 players that are capable of playing like top 5 players.
I agree.
Is Ant one of them? Ant one of them?
I think he is.
He played well last year. Look at how you played last year.
I mean, what did he do last year?
Ball, your mic is off. Fix your button.
Is my mic off?
It was off.
Not off, but it's kind of low.
Is it higher now?
It's higher now.
All right.
Anthony Edwards playoff stats. Last year he averaged 31, 5, and 5. 48 from the field and 34 from 3.
He got it.
I did not forget last year.
That's one series though, and he lost it.
What series? Who were the rest again? Was it
the
Thunder?
Nuggets? Nuggets.
Well, I mean, hey, wait a minute. So that's the thing. Now go back to that series and tell me what Gobert did.
Oh, actually, I remember now. That was their toughest series, wasn't it?
Yes.
They all said it was their toughest series. Yes.
Yeah. Hey man.
Hey, I'm telling you. Yeah. Rudy Gobert about to lock up Joey.
I have yet to see.
Hey, shout out my boy Nas Reed. You know what it is.
Shout out Nas Reed, man.
Just so y'all know.
I got him in my fantasy too.
I'm gonna shout him out every time.
That's
the hometown. Dark City. What's up, Aaron?
Hold on. Throw it up, Alan.
It's in New Jersey.
I'm not gonna throw it up, but y'all already know what it is. I'm gonna shout it out every time. Every time I'm gonna shout it out. Shout out the hometown.
Yeah.
Be proud of you, boy. Keep going.
Yeah.
Nas Reed is nice though.
Yeah.
I love Reed. All right, but if we look at these standings, let's really think about their path, right? If the standings holds and 7 through 10 is the play-in, you got Pelicans, Lakers. Lakers are winning that; they're going to get the 7th seed, and then Suns, Rockets.
Why do you think the Pelicans? I agree with you.
They're losing that. Yeah,
they're losing
that. They're losing that. The Lakers got 7, and then Suns, Rockets. Who y'all picking?
Suns.
I got the Suns as well. I know Paul has the Rockets.
That's a fact.
What? Listen, we can make all the jokes.
Alan, you're
still spoken like a Philly blunt. Like I'm not.
Let me hear this again. You said Suns, Rockets.
Yeah, who you picking? Suns, Rockets.
Okay, I might go with the Rockets too. I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy.
Wow. So we got a dead split. So let's play it out the Rockets way because that's more fun, right? The Rockets, because I would love to see the Suns lose the play-in. That'd be hilarious.
If they lose the play-ins,
that would be comedy.
There's Paul an apology.
Because I want to see Kevin Durant ask for another trade.
What can he do?
He's gonna have to go to the Lakers. He's gonna say, LeBron, please save me.
Where is he gonna go?
The Lakers.
It's time.
Where are you gonna go if you lose with
the Celtics?
No,
my
God. They're playing good ball over there. The Timberwolves, they playing good ball over there.
Can you imagine? I'm tight.
No, you know where he's actually gonna go? I know everyone's sleeping on this. He's going back to the Thunder. if he leaves.
High key. Yo, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. It's his I'm coming home.
You guys are finally good enough to warrant my return. I'm back.
Yo, that'd be fine.
Somebody tell them I'm back.
But for who though? Not SGA. For Giddey?
They got it for who? Not for Chet.
For Giddey, then?
Actually, it's gonna be Giddey and mad picks. It's gonna be mad picks because
Giddey and
Arizona
picks?
where the laws are looser.
Yo.
Next topic.
So the Rockets. The Rockets beat the Suns. So we have the Pelicans versus the Rockets for the A seed. Who you got?
Say it one more time. I can't. I'm just laughing too much. I'm sorry.
Pelicans versus Rockets for the A seed. Who you taking?
Listen, if the Rockets manage to beat the Suns, I'm taking the Rockets.
Over the Pelicans?
I thought the Lakers. I thought you put Lakers over Pelicans.
Well, that's how it works. The 7-8 play one game. The loser gets to play the winner of 9-10 for 8.
I'm taking. Well, it depends. It really depends. Is Zion gonna do what he's supposed to do?
Let's assume he does. They take out the Rockets.
Send the Pelicans.
Okay, so we got Lakers 7, Pelicans 8. That means the Timberwolves are going against the Pelicans in the first round.
They're taking them.
Timberwolves.
Okay.
Timberwolves.
Unless Zion injured somebody.
Okay. Thunder would take us. We beat the Thunder. Then that means the Timberwolves next would play the winner of Nuggets Mavs. Nuggets Mavs.
Why are we hearing the Clippers in this? Show the Clippers.
Hold on. The Nuggets Mavs. I'm assuming we all take the Nuggets, right?
Yeah.
That means the Timberwolves would have to play the Nuggets in the second round.
Right. I see the Nuggets taking them. I'm sorry.
It's going to be tough, though.
In my mind, the Nuggets are going back to the Western Conference. I'm not even really paying attention that much.
That means the Nuggets take the Timberwolves out of second round.
And once they take out the Timberwolves, they're Gucci. They got it.
The Nuggets are winning the chip. I'm just going to say that right now. The Nuggets.
So if none of us think they could win their second round matchup, are they a contender?
That's why I asked.
Well, because hold on. They're not. It's not because it's the second round. If it was any other team, they got a real shot. But it's the team that we.
No, but see, that's I think the difference in a contender. I think going on a run is playing the matchup. Who do we catch in the rounds game? But if you're really a contender, it shouldn't matter.
Well, hold on. Let me raise you this, right? There were many years in that Golden State dynasty where they were going up against a Rockets team that could going up against anybody else. They probably would have made it to the finals. But you're going up against the dynasty. Right now, the Nuggets are that dynasty.
Well, they were a contender. The Rockets teams were a contender because they could actually challenge the Warriors, but they could just never get past them. So I guess the question is, do we think this Timberwolves can challenge the? I mean, they already did.
Yeah, that's my point. I think Timberwolves can challenge the Nuggets, so they got a legitimate shot to win it. I don't know if they're going to, but I think they could definitely challenge the Nuggets.
But let me ask you this, Alan. In 2018, did you ever really think? Did you think the Rockets really had a chance to beat the Warriors in 2018? Before Chris Paul got hurt?
Not once.
I did actually. I thought they would win that game. I thought they were actually going to win that game before Chris Paul got hurt.
The thing is, once I see Steph in the second round, I automatically assume he's going to the finals.
I thought that Rockets team was going to win that series. I really did.
Me too. I'm not gonna lie.
I have seen the things I've seen that Warriors team do, the things I've seen Steph Curry do, man, I can never count him out. I see him going up against the team. I think with now the exception of the Nuggets, I see him winning. I see that team winning.
What about you, Paul? Did you think that Rockets in 18 had a real chance to beat the Warriors?
Nope.
He hate Mike D'Antoni. That's why.
Of course. Of course.
You said in 2018?
In 2018, the Chris Paul year.
That's one of the best teams I've ever seen in the Warriors.
And they went to 7. Without Chris Paul.
Listen, but that's the point I'm making. Sometimes there are great teams that just can't get past another team.
Are we putting the Nuggets? Are we putting the Nuggets as this great team
for 10 years?
Can I ask a question? Because this could be a little mini topic because I've been hearing this a lot. There has been a lot of Nuggets dynasty talk.
Can be a dynasty.
What about them is making them this great team, this dynasty?
Tell you right now,
They're just another team that won a chip. The Bucks did it, and they haven't been back to the final since.
They're not just another team.
The Lakers did it, and they haven't been back to the final since. Why do we assume this Nuggets team is going to be the first team to repeat since the Warriors?
Let me tell you why. I'll tell you exactly why. The makeup and the age. All right? They won last year as a relatively young team. They managed to maintain all their pieces. The teams around.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Most of the
Bruce Brown is gone. Jeff Green is gone.
Christian Brown is going to replace Bruce Brown.
Jeff Green is gone.
That's true. But their main guys, their core guys, are still there.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
The core guys are still there. There's not, Aaron Gordon didn't be like, let me go to the Mavericks. Like, shout out to Harrison Barnes. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have kept their team together. Jokic is still young. There has not been a player that can really stop him from doing any of the things he does. And unless and we just said it. Unless the Timberwolves manage to somehow lock him up, they have the best shot outside of maybe the 76ers with Embiid. And even if the 76ers were to do it, the rest of the team is still nice enough that they can elevate. So the reason that people consider them a dynasty is we're looking at all their pieces together, how they're keeping their core together, the culture that what am I saying? What's his name? What's the coach's name?
Mike Malone.
Mike Malone, thank you. Mike Malone.
Moses Malone?
Yeah, I said Moses Malone. I'm sorry. The culture that they're bringing in together, it's that winning culture, and it's akin to what people saw coming out after the Warriors' first win.
Everything you just said, what of that was not true about the Bucks in 21?
Which one?
The Milwaukee, everything you just said to describe the Nuggets roster, tell me what was different from that with the Bucks in 21 when they won their chip.
Giannis got injured.
When?
Last season.
21.
They won in 20. They won in 20.
They won in 21. And in 22, going to the playoffs, so that would have been the playoffs last year, Giannis was injured.
No, last year's playoffs was 23. That was 2 years ago, bro.
Oh, you're right.
Two seasons.
Well, for the bare minimum, that counts for last season. Wasn't Chris Middleton? One of them was injured. I'm pretty sure Giannis was injured last year.
Chris Middleton got injured. Yeah, Chris Middleton got injured 22, right?
So that's the problem with the team. Injury after injury to your star players. That's another problem.
Chris Middleton was a big blow.
Nuggets do not face. Their guys remain healthy.
Jamal Murray missed a year due to ACL, and he's already missed multiple games this year. He just got back.
He just got back, and hopefully he stays. If he stays healthy throughout the playoffs, but I'm saying that's the idea.
Look at these Nets fans in the IG comments, man.
What'd they say?
Nets should have won.
Nets should have won. Oh, against the Bucks?
They should have. High key.
Yeah. Kevin Durant decided to wear the wrong size shoes.
It's not. He shouldn't have took that shot again. That's what the problem.
Right. Yeah.
That's what got me.
Taking that twice in a row? Come on.
Yeah, like what you doing, man? Like, why you turn around? You KD. You can spot up and do that.
You turn it around.
You did that against LeBron, bro. Like what you doing?
Oh, trigger.
Trigger.
Real Nets fans.
That was a Nets year, bro.
Maybe this is hate. Maybe this is hate. But Kevin Durant wanted a reason to leave the Nets.
You said what?
6 months later, he's asking for a trade.
Say that again.
I think because of Kyrie. I don't think he wants to leave. I think it's Kyrie.
Man, Kyrie was gone. Kyrie was out the door, and he still asked to leave.
Yeah, that's why.
I got another question.
What's up?
The Warriors in 22. What changed on their roster heading into last season?
Going into last season,
Draymond puts Jordan Poole.
That's a fact. He started off the team on a very wrong. He destroyed the dynasty.
Your 6-man? What you doing?
Draymond actually destroyed the dynasty with one punch.
Well, Aaron Gordon just ran into a real dog.
That's a fact.
Who knows when he's going to be back?
He's out indefinitely.
Indefinitely. Aaron Gordon.
It's not even
so that's why I was just explaining why the dynasty talk goes around. If by the playoffs everybody's back and healthy on the Nuggets.
If Aaron Gordon isn't back, do the Timberwolves take that second round matchup?
Yes.
I think Jokic is gonna have to.
He's gonna do more than he already
actually try, and I think
he's gonna have to average 60.
Look, Jamal Murray has to actually become
number 2.
Yes.
I mean, he was number 2 in the playoffs last year for that.
Nah, but he's got to really. I mean, no, he was going crazy. I'm not going.
He gotta
be like a Kobe number 2.
He gotta turn into.
Yeah, he's gotta go crazy. He's gotta go absolutely crazy.
Yeah. But I think Jokic is like, man, Jokic did not try last year, man. That was one of the easiest trips you've ever seen.
Ever.
I think he's just like Steph in that his game looks effortless, and so you think he's not trying because Steph be looking like he's not trying when he gets 60.
We've seen Jokic actually put in more effort on the offensive end in games before than we did every game of the finals. It was first of all that he got to get a real center. I like Bam Adebayo.
He's a power forward,
but he's a power forward. He's like 6'8". All right, he plays hard.
He's 6'8".
He's like 6. Come on, man. Like you're not beating the Sixers. You're not beating the Celtics with Bam Adebayo as your center.
No.
And I like you should move the power forward.
Last year to get to the
develop a corner 3, just a corner 3, and then the Heat are in a better position. And get a center. But it was just too easy for Jokic is one of the biggest players in the NBA. And you going up against a 6'8" center? Come on, man! Like, what are you doing?
We've seen this show before.
Too. Actually balled out against him, and it didn't matter because he was just so unstoppable.
So we don't know how that'll go. If we're staying this hypothetical, just for fun, the 4 or 5 matchup would be Clippers Kings. What do you got in that one?
Clippers.
I gotta go Clippers because my boy Russ is on it, but I really don't know.
Somebody said Jamal only shows up in the playoffs.
That's a fact. D Fox Fox's second playoff appearance. Who's gonna have a better playoff run? D Fox or Anthony Edwards?
I think Anthony Edwards.
It's hard to say.
I think Anthony Edwards.
I don't know. D Fox was putting it in against the Warriors, so I don't know.
It's a matchup thing with that. See,
who's guarding D Fox on the Clippers? Russ?
Maybe 5 years ago, Russ could lock that down, but now I don't know.
Russ don't even start though, so it'd be James Harden.
James Harden getting cooked.
That's 50.
Getting cooked incredibly. Let's go. It's not even gonna be close.
Barbecue chicken alert.
It would be Paul George, right? But then who's gonna guard Monk?
Harden.
That's 40.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. I want to know if there's a stat for this. How many players can average 40 against James Harden?
At least 30 in the league.
At least. At a bare minimum.
There's at least 30.
At a bare minimum. It's not even. It's so bad.
Because Kawhi's probably going to guard Harrison Barnes, right? And can Zubac clamp Sabonis? I don't think so.
You see, you just put James Harden on the weakest defender. That's it. And Zubac is nice, man.
You gonna put Kawhi on Malik Monk? That just seems like bullying.
Overkill?
That seems unfair.
No, actually, you got to put Kawhi.
So you got to give Harrison Barnes the ball.
You got to put Kawhi on De'Aaron Fox and then put Paul George on Malik Monk.
Kawhi on De'Aaron Fox is
that's a lot
crazy. His knees are going to be in pain every game with the amount of running that he'll have to do.
But that's a lockup. He'll do it though. He'll sacrifice.
He might take a load management game in the playoffs.
Yeah, what? Guarding De'Aaron Fox?
Nah, man, y'all gotta handle game 2, man. Give me another.
Y'all saw what I did? Let me inspire you, bro. Just hold on.
It don't even matter because everybody in the NBA just switches on the pick and roll anyway.
That's the next thing too. It really doesn't matter. That's a fact.
7-2 Lakers Thunder. I think that's a pretty obvious pick.
Thunder. No, let me stop.
Hey, Thunder. Thunder, man.
Shea Gilgeous as Alexander will give y'all buckets.
That's what I'm saying.
But this is where I wanted to get to with this potential matchup because I think there's a big camp that says if the Lakers catch a Thunder in the first round, that's an upset due to experience. But we're talking about Ant Edwards and whether he has enough experience and whether he can turn into a top 5 player in the playoffs. Right now, SGA is a top 5 player, period, debatably.
Debatably, yeah.
So do you think he's ready in the playoffs to beat a LeBron James team? Because that's a different level of playoff experience. There's winning in the league, and then there's beating a Steph Curry, beating a LeBron James. It's real easy to beat James Harden.
Right? You got to beat James Harden.
The Lakers going to win.
But beating LeBron James and beating Steph Curry is very, very difficult.
Forget LeBron. Is Chet guarding 80?
No. He don't want that.
That's it.
Game over. I don't know. Chet blocks a lot of shots, man.
You said what?
Blocks a lot of shots.
He does, but
way tougher than him and stronger.
Yeah, but that's all for help though.
Yeah,
most of the time.
Yeah.
Like,
is SGA ready?
One-on-one is a different story.
I don't think SGA is ready enough to be LeBron, and not in the playoff series.
That's hard.
If OKC beats the Lakers in the playoff series, LeBron got his. It's a wrap. Like, you gotta call it.
It's not a wrap. He's just gonna go there next season. What are you talking about?
That's Kevin Durant.
Yeah. He's stuck in 2011, man.
You're right. Actually, LeBron's got to get used to. He's got to start thinking about Detroit more seriously since his son's about to be drafted there.
Is he?
While we're thinking about readiness,
that's why they're losing like this, so they can set up the greatest comeback story in NBA history.
They gotta find the Pistons. I don't care.
So we're all agreed. We're all agreed. SGA is not ready. We think Ant is ready.
Yeah. Well, look up real quick. Let's see what SGA did in the playoffs last season. Let me look it up.
He did a lot.
Were they in the playoffs? I don't remember.
They were in a play-in. And they lost. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he hasn't been to the playoffs yet. So this would be his first year. Yeah. This would be his first year of proper playoffs.
Listen, if I learned anything from Julius Randle, the playoffs are a different animal.
It's a different beast.
That's fair.
You gotta see them play in the playoffs first, man.
So SGA, we don't think is ready. He's got to experience it. And we think is ready. Is Joel Embiid ready to maybe make a push and finally sniff a conference finals?
Let me talk about. Let me say something.
I think he's been ready. You should go.
Yeah, let me say something, man. Joel Embiid, what was that you said in the post game after you got eliminated in the game 7 against the Celtics?
I need help.
Me and James can't do it alone. James not even there. Why you linking yourself to James Harden so much? Come on, man. Like that bothered me. I'm not gonna hold you. Like that made me. I've
never heard Shaq say that in my life.
Like when
that was out of context, though. That was out of context. I gotta say that.
When Joel Embiid,
only slightly.
When Joel Embiid was crying after Kawhi eliminated his team in the playoffs, right? After that crazy shot. Look at y'all, man.
That man was crying his eyes out, bro. You would have thought
I liked it.
Somebody.
I liked it too. I like my athletes crying, man. Show me you care.
Dude, me too. But you care.
But after you and James Harden
come back and have a revenge season.
Give up. They gave up 4 years later when they had a legit in a game 7 to get to the finals. Was it the finals? No, to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Eastern Conference Finals.
You give up. I said, nah. This can't be the same guy that was crying. What's wrong with this guy? Like, I couldn't believe it. So in the playoffs, what are you gonna do? Because you're under Tyrese Maxey's nice. Don't get me wrong. He's elevated his most improved easily.
Wrap it up.
Just wrap it up. Most improved, but he's not. He doesn't have the experience James Harden has as a go-to guy, as a second player, right? He doesn't have the size to be a great defender, but he does fight hard. He might have some bad games. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna give up? You talking about you and James Harden? James Harden, one of the best offensive players in the history of the game, and you talk about that's not enough in a game. You were in a game 7. Of course, it's enough. Just go get 50 one time. Just go get 50. Go out there and get 50. Try.
Just go get 50. That's if you were on Coach Paul's team, that's what he would tell you if you're his best player. Just go get 50.
Give me 50 points right now.
Hold on. What's stopping you?
No. Let's be. For
real. Hold on.
You are that good. Just go get 50. Why are you giving up? What do you have? Like 20?
This is the most inspiring halftime speech I've ever gotten. I'm ready to run through a wall.
It's game 7.
Just go get 50.
Give me 50 points.
He said the Lord already did his part. Go out and do it.
Like, go get 50 and lose. Lose, but at least you tried. It's game 7.
What kind of speech is this?
It's game 7. It's game 7. You got to give it your all, man. I don't know if
you make them beat you.
He said in the playoffs, forget about
field goal. Pharaoh, can you use this intro in like a diss track of some sort against somebody?
I think I can. I think I probably can.
And make the next intro for us.
My next
you gotta go out and try. At least lose.
Just go get 50.
Go give your team a chance. Listen, like you said, Pharaoh, the Rockets took the Warriors, one of the greatest teams of all time, to game 7.
Yeah.
So anything could happen in the play. If you get it's one game, that's why the NBA in-season tournament was so popular. It's one game elimination. One game, game 7. Give me 50. But he went out there, he didn't try, and then at the end in the post game said, we don't have enough. Me and Jace can't do no more. And then he left you. Come on, man. So I don't know what he's gonna do in the playoffs this year because he's undermanned a little bit this year. Are they better off because of James Harden not there and the ball moving more? Yes, Tobias Harris is different player. He's back. Tobias Harris is back. But he doesn't have the superstar talent alongside. And I don't know if psychologically, based on what he said in the post game after not trying in the game 7, if he's going to give it his all this year. I really don't know. That was crazy to me. Go ahead.
So in the West, we got one young superstar who we think is ready to challenge the reigning champs, and another one who having a great regular season, but still has to experience the playoffs. In the East, we have a superstar who hasn't been able to get over the hump, but has an MVP under his belt and may be ready to. Do we think he's ready to take that next step, Paul? You said what he has to do. Do you think he can do it? Yes or no? Round the table. Yes or no?
Paul? You talking about Edwards?
No, Embiid.
Embiid?
Is he ready to dominate? Yes or no?
But it's like he dominated.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no, Paul? Can he dominate? Is he ready?
Does he want to? Does he want to? Yes.
Dre.
Read my lips. No. He's not there. He's not there. He's not there.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay. There's this other man in the East.
Giannis.
Who has been as close to the mountaintop as many times as anyone in his era. More than any other player in his era. But yet the era doesn't seem to be defined as his because he hasn't got it done yet.
Ooh.
But if we talk about young superstars, future faces of the league, this is a name that we should be saying. This is the guy that we should be saying is next in line in terms of GOATs, you know, the Michael, Kobe, LeBron lineage.
Agreed.
But he hasn't gotten there yet. Paul doesn't think he deserves to even be in that talk. But that man, Jason Tatum, is it finally his time?
I think it's that man's time. I think it's the Celtics' time. I think the Celtics are winning the chip this year.
Nah.
I think the Celtics are winning the chip this year.
I saw Paul fighting his hate.
Hear me out on this.
I think the Celtics are winning the chip this year.
Because I want to ask one final question and wrap us up. So quick take.
So here's my quick take. We talk about the Timberwolves being a hard matchup for the Nuggets. The next hard matchup for the Nuggets are the Celtics. They can match up on every single level now because they have Drew Holiday. They will match up and lock up on every single player on that team. That is 5-out pure basketball. Legit 5-out pure basketball. They can do. They're a perfect team.
They could put Tatum on Gordon.
They could put Tatum on. That's what I'm saying. And he can legitimately guard him.
And Jaylen Brown on KCP because Drew Holiday is on Jamal. So you have Jaylen Brown as a free safety damn near.
Correct. And don't forget about Derek White. Do not forget about Derek White. That boy is nice. That is
leading the league in blocks by guards.
That is a perfect. And let me tell you something. Kristaps, he might not be able to stop Jokic, but he'll hold him to like 25. And that's not going to matter as much because Jason Tatum's going to go out and get 30 and 40, something. The whole go get 50. Jason Tatum can go do it.
And he does. Every time. Every time it's a go get 50 game. Every time it's a go get 50 game, he goes and gets 50. That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Yeah, because Jaylen Brown helped him before that when he was putting up.
That's Jaylen Brown's job, Paul. That's his job.
That's his job.
They just paid that man $300,000 to be $300 million to be the best number 2 in the league. That's what he's supposed to do.
Tatum about to get Ohtani numbers in the season,
bro. OD.
Hey, so man. Joking on that contract, man.
Lord. But the reason why I bring those 4 players up is because I'm projecting to what they're going to do in the playoffs, because for me, that is the proper conversation to be having about potential MVP candidates. So in my mind, at this point of the season, you got Ant, SGA, Tatum, and Embiid.
Jokic?
Who do you have? With a 3rd seed?
I've seen that man with a 3rd seed consistently.
I feel like once you have 2 to get past 2 to get 3 or 4, you gotta be doing something different. Like you can't just be doing the same thing.
When he won the MVP, the last two times he won the MVP, he was the 3rd seed.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like if you've already got it twice doing that, like I'm not giving it to you a 3rd or 4th time for just doing that again. Like you gotta raise it to a different level.
Listen, I agree with you. But...
Like Bron got his first 2 when he took the Cavs to the 1st seed in the East, because that was ridiculous. He didn't get his 3rd until the Heat won on that ridiculous 30-game win streak during that season. 2010, he didn't get it. You know what I mean? Because bro, you just being the 1 seed, just whatever. That's not exciting anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't give it to you. I can't give it to Jokic for doing the same exact thing again. Same reason why I can't give it to Giannis for doing. This is what you do. I'm
gonna say this. It's so early.
It's very early. 30 games in.
Yeah, it's so early. I can't. To me, it's between Luka.
Now I see Luka a lot in those names. How are the Mavs doing to be saying this?
Luka
6 seed,
but look at his numbers.
That's and what he does that.
All right, but he never won. But he never won one, so that helps him because he never won one. You like talking about narrative, right? That's a narrative. Let's give Luka his first, man. We tired of Embiid and
hold on. Luka's averaging 34, 8, and 9. That's ridiculous.
That's Luka, though.
That's what he be doing.
That's fine, but
so Jason Tatum can't get no consideration with a number 1 seed best record.
No, he does not. No, he does. His team is too good.
It's too good.
Too good.
You know that's a thing.
It is a thing. It is a thing for sure.
You know that's a thing. It's too good. Luka is putting up. He is the team over there. Him and Kyrie.
Listen, I'll just say this. Jason Tatum, if you don't win it, just keep in mind, Kobe didn't win as many MVPs as he was supposed to either, my boy.
27, 8, and 4. I mean, I think those assists probably got to get up a little bit.
Yeah, that's a fact. Well,
Joel is the leading guy in the East.
I would agree.
And then you have Luka in the West.
No, Giannis
over Ant.
Yes.
With a number 1 seed or SGA, it's going crazy.
It's close, but I'm giving the edge to Luka.
I think it's early. But here's the thing: we're looking at it 30 games in. Who do we think can sustain this for the next 52 games?
Yeah, who do we?
I'm looking at the Celtics.
That's the question, and we can end on that. Those are the clear 4. We'll throw Luka in, say 5. That have jumped out to make early campaigns, right? That's where the narratives are beginning to form around. And SGA, Luka, Embiid, Tatum, with the fringe Jokic, just because you always got to kind of talk about him.
And always you got to put in the back end at the end.
No,
Stephen Curry.
No. I think this is the first year where it's truly the end of the era where Steph and LeBron are nowhere near MVP talks this year.
LeBron
is the first year. This is the first year.
Your boy is close, man. I'm not gonna lie.
No, if we get up to the 4th, 5th seed,
which is possible,
then come talk to you. But then AD should be in the conversation too. Then
I can't give it to
maybe not Steph.
I can't give MVP to AC. So I agree with that.
I can't.
Wait, hold on. Wait, Westbrook.
Bro, all right.
Nah, that was triple double.
They were the 8th seed. They were the 6th seed. So watch your mouth.
They were the 6th seed, but much like what I think Farrell said it earlier.
Why?
If you're a lower seed, you gotta do something crazy, something that we've never even seen before.
Man said Kawhi.
Who said Kawhi?
You know who said Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Kawhi Leonard for MVP.
No. Who said that?
Kawhi Leonard.
Who?
Kawhi.
Who said
Shout
that?
out to Kawhi. I like Kawhi, but nah.
Someone said it in the comments.
Kawhi's balling this year, but
nah. I didn't know who's the Instagram user who said that.
Kawhi, SGA is definitely not going to win. You got to look at the.
I don't know, bro. A second seed with the numbers he's putting up, bro. That's MVP kind of talk.
Who, Kawhi?
Shea.
The second seed.
They're the second seed, and he's averaging 31, 5, and 6, bro.
But look at what Luka's doing.
But he's sixth in the league.
How far is he from the second?
4 games back, I think.
Yeah, 4 games back.
Nah, man. If they get to 4th, it's a wrap.
If the Thunder take over the top spot from the Timberwolves and they finish first.
Now we talking.
You have to give it to him almost.
Now we're talking between him and Joel.
Yes.
Him and Joel.
The Thunder only 2 games back.
It's the NBA is tight this year, man.
It's a very tight year.
I feel like this point last year there wasn't as much like parity, but maybe I gotta look.
So let's wrap up by making the prediction. If that's the pool right now, people who have jumped out, who we think are going to be considered. When we get to All-Star break, I'm not going to say who you think is going to win it, but when we get to All-Star break, who do you think will still be in the conversation and be leading the conversation?
MVP, Joel, Embiid, and
give me 3. Give me who you think the top 3 will narrow down to by All-Star break.
Dre, Joel, Embiid, Nikola Jokic.
Jokic, Embiid, Tatum. Very, very familiar top 3.
Yep.
Okay, Alan.
I'm gonna say Embiid, Tatum, and Edwards.
Okay, Embiid, Tatum, and Edwards. So a repeat, and then 2 first-timers. Paul,
if healthy.
Paul's going with Jalen Brunson.
Listen, man. If we go up in seeding, yes. Luka. Joel. I'll say SGA. I think the Thunder are gonna get the number 1 seed.
So that's what I think the Thunder get the number 1 seed, and it's SGA, Embiid, and Tatum.
Shega Genesis, that's a fact.
I think Tatum is gonna have a signature performance sometime soon. He usually has a 50 ball by now every year. Right. Like he sprinkles in 3 or 4 a season. So I think he's got
games this year.
And an Instagram post after.
SGA's been going crazy. I hope he don't keep talking like this though, because he gonna get someone gonna come at him in the playoffs. He keeps talking like this. Humble him real quick. But SGA, they gotta get the first seed. He's gonna be leading the topic, and B's gonna keep doing what he's doing, and he's gonna be like he probably should repeat. But I think Tatum's gonna have 2 signature performances by the All-Star break that is gonna wake people up to this Celtics team is something serious, and this guy needs MVP conversation.
Let me tell you something.
Can I ask something real quick? That post that was against Steph, right?
He did it twice against Steph, and then he did it against someone else.
All right, no. I just want to lay that out there. I want to see how that goes. I want to see how that narrative.
Let me see this. Right, y'all forget KP is arguably the second most important guy on the Celtics right now. Not even Jalen.
Third.
I would agree with that.
Watch the Celtics.
If you say arguably,
I do.
Kristaps Porzingis is that important.
I 100% agree.
He spaces the floor. He opens it up so much for Jason Tatum to work. They're going to look at the Celtics and say, and they got Drew Holiday. This team is too nice. Jason Tatum is benefiting from playing with great players. They're gonna say that.
He's the engine still, though. He's still the engine, and you can see it, especially that Christmas Day matchup. At a certain point, even the announcer said it. He's starting to learn that Bron Steph quality of controlling the game without even shooting the ball.
You can see it happening too. I love it.
That's a fact. That I agree. But the thing is, Bron will do that and get 35.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum is getting 20 to 25 and doing it because his team is that good. His team is that good. So if you're talking about MVP numbers, those are not MVP numbers. It's an MVP caliber team where it's a good enough team where you could say, okay, this team probably has an MVP on it because he's.
I'm old school with it though.
The numbers,
but let me just respond to that though. I agree with you, which is why I said he has about 2 or 3 signature performances that will come against either the Nuggets, the Sixers, or the Timberwolves, where he's gonna go get 50 balls. And then that'll show. It'll be like, okay, when you get really challenged, he goes and rises to the occasion. It's like, okay, yes, this is the guy.